Imagine if that could be the one determining factor between you hitting your goals and being at your dream physique and not, right? And being stuck where you're currently at. All right, so now you took the first step to getting to your goal by clicking this video. Now it's why you should be here. This video is going to go over the breaking point. If you could actually lose all the weight and keep it off for the rest of your life, is this video worth watching to you? Okay, so now we're gonna go over, one is your body type. There's 3 different body types, and you diet specifically for those body types, which we'll go over. The second one is your hormones, leptin levels specifically. Leptin levels dictate how much body fat your body's willing to release and how much muscle mass your body's willing to grow and everything, depending on specific foods that we eat to stimulate our leptin levels in our thyroid. Third is now biohacking. How many times have you followed a meal plan and be like, hey, I need to follow a meal plan, I need to do this workout routine, I need to do this for 6 months. You got to make something that's realistic and fun for you. If you really have a sugar craving or you want ice cream or pizza, how do you add those into your diet with the healthiest version possible while still keeping your calories? Because you got to remember, calories determine on how much you weigh. Macronutrients, proteins, fats, and carbs determine on how you look. And then micronutrients, how the quality of food, determine on how you feel. So if you're having this yo-yo effect, we can actually make sure that you're dropping body weight and body fat while still eating the foods that you enjoy. So going back to body type, endomorph, mesomorph are the 2 that we need to be working on, which endomorph, if you have a hard time losing body fat and just feel stubborn and regardless of what you try, it just will not budge and you have a hard time losing weight, the majority of the time you're an endomorph. And if you have more than 30 pounds to lose, that's the case. And that one, we have to be more protein and healthy fat dominant, and we're a little bit more insulin sensitive, which means carbohydrates affect us. I always say, like my brother, he can eat a whole cake and lose 3 pounds. I look at it the wrong way and I gain 3 pounds when when it comes to a cake. So me being more of an endomorph, I understand where you're coming from. But if that's the case, we have to be more conscious of the carbs that we eat. It's not cutting them out forever. It's not being afraid of them. It's just knowing that confidence around how to eat them at what times and really getting a good foundational plan, right? Which I'll work with you on that. Second one is going into now leptin levels. You have a hormone in your thyroid called leptin. Leptin is the #1 hormone in your thyroid that determines how much fat your body's willing to release and muscle that mass that you're willing to grow. That one comes down to carbohydrate manipulation, which is why we go into our second phase, which is carb cycling, where we teach you how to actually regulate and moderate carbohydrate intake throughout the week to spike your metabolism up. Because what if you can have sushi, pizza, burgers, fries, all this stuff, and ice cream throughout the week, but actually you're building muscle and losing fat at the same time because we're able to regulate your calories and able to add those into your diet to spike your metabolism, right? We've all been there where we eat super clean, we're on a plan, and then all of a sudden we mess up on our diet, we feel better, more energized, or fuller the next day and everything. We're like, how did that work? Now we can actually be strategic to help you to that rather than being reactive and not knowing what's going on and then feeling lost, right? Then our third phase through the biohacking is now we actually have it to where we go through a genetic methylation test, which is a cheek swab. We go through your blood work to make sure all of your deficiencies are brought up, and we're dieting specifically for your blood type, and we're also having our supplements specific to your deficiencies and making sure you optimize your sleep, your hormones, your recovery, everything to where you feel like an optimized human being. And then now when you're at your goal at that third phase, you now feel at your best. So if that sounds like you and you want something a little bit more in depth, or you're feeling lost with all of that and everything, and that game plan sounded good to you, but you have a hard time executing it, or you want our help kind of implementing it, just jump on a free phone call, click the link anywhere down below, schedule a call with me, and I'll walk you through specific how we can take this 3-step game plan and execute it into your life and customize it for you. Because that's a good template and game plan we've been using for a long time to help people lose hundreds of pounds and everything. But how we can start implementing specific for you and the foods you like, any diet restrictions you may have, whether it's PCOS or problems with thyroid and all that stuff, we can find out how to start implementing that in for you. Since I've been doing this a little over 10 years and helped hundreds of people just like you get to your goal and everything, it's very simply put, but it's not easy. One of the most stressful things is you losing the weight or 20, 30 pounds that you may have lost in the past, but now gaining it back because we don't know how to regulate it. It's not a lifestyle. It was a fad diet or something that we lost weight when we were motivated. and now we're not so motivated anymore, but now we want to get back into that healthy range. This is something that you can maintain forever. Just imagine if that could be the one determining factor between you hitting your goals and being at your dream physique and not, right? And being stuck where you're currently at. So go ahead and take action, click the link below. Don't be like the 90% of everyone else who comes to this video who's not going to take action, and then a year from now, they're going to feel more lost than they even were today like you are watching this video. Come in, click the link, let's get started, and let's you get to one step closer to that game plan and start making momentum towards your goal together. See you soon.